So the first Splatfest is now over, with Team Mayo taking a victory over Team Ketchup in all regions. Mayo won in Japan, North America and Europe, giving a clean sweep for Pearl. A lot of people aren't happy with this result. I'm seeing a lot of talk that maybe the Splatfests are broken, maybe the Splatfests are rigged, just because Team Ketchup had the most amount of players. But pretty much what happened all of the time was that Team Ketchup was going up against fellow Team Ketchup members, and those matches where you are playing against people from your same team, they don't count towards the overall victory or the overall score. So pretty much those matches are pointless. So I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they think that the Splatfests are rigged. It's quite obvious that those people didn't play Splatoon on the Wii U, because Splatfests in that game followed the same route. There was always the trend that the most popular team always loses, and it's not because the system is rigged, and it's not because, you know, Splatfests are broken. I think it's down to this fundamental reason. Because there are more people on a certain team, it means that the other less popular team will have more of a chance of coming up against the opposition team. But because there are more people on the other team, they have a more better chance to come up against less skilled players in that popular team. Whereas if you are on the popular team, you are probably coming up against more skilled players on the unpopular team. There are probably more skilled players that you are coming up against than the popular team. There's just more of a chance of you coming up against less skilled players on the popular team than less skilled players on the unpopular team. So that is why Team Mayo probably won a lot of matches against Team Ketchup. Maybe you got some really good Team Ketchup people coming up against their own team, but also maybe you got Team Mayo, you got really good Team Mayo players coming up against less skilled Team Ketchup players. I had an experience where it felt like I was the only good person on my team. That's what it felt like in some of the matches. It felt like I had to carry my team to victory, which never really happened at all. But I guess my experience was a little bit better than you guys in North America, just because the split in Europe was 64% for Team Ketchup, which was the team that I picked, and 34%, I could be wrong, but it was definitely a 60%, 30% split, or close to 40% split. Whereas in North America, I do believe it might have been 80% for Team Ketchup, 20% for Mayo, or it might have been 70-30, I'm not quite sure, but definitely the gap between the two teams was smaller in Europe than North America. So I pretty much had, I was up against Team Mayo, and then I played Team Ketchup for a couple of matches, and then I came up against Team Mayo again. I went on a 90-minute winning streak with Team Ketchup. I only lost one match at the end of that, and that was due to a 1% or 0.1% difference, like 0.01% difference. It was really close. So that was the end of my winning streak, and then I went on a bit of a losing streak. So yeah, I noticed that I thought that not only did Team Mo had, you know, better players, it felt like I had to carry my team to victory most of the time. It felt like, because I went on that 90-minute winning streak, I felt like I was getting put in the less skilled teams to try and help them out, which was kind of frustrating. So yeah, I don't think the Splatfests are rigged, just because if the system was different, then it would mean that the most popular team would always win. So if Team Ketchup versus Team Ketchup matches would count towards the overall victory, then that means that Team Ketchup, or the most popular team, would always win Splatfest. So this system is better, I feel like. The system was different in Splatoon 1 just because it was down to percentage points, and that was it. within Splatoon 2 it is different, so it is down to a scoring system. So you've got the most popular team, then you've got solo wins, and then you've got team wins, and basically they don't add the percentage like what they did within the original Splatoon. Basically it's just a point system, so if you win the most popular vote, you get a point towards your team. So it is like a point system instead of a percentage system. So I think Splatfests have always been easier to predict. The most popular team will always lose, but there is one significant outlier, and that was the demo Splatfest, Team Ice Cream versus Team Cake. Ice Cream was the most popular team, but it also had the most wins as well. I'm not sure if it lost the team category. It definitely won one of the two solo or team victories. So that was the big outlier there. The most popular team, Ice Cream, actually won the most matches. So maybe it's just going to be a luck of the draw pretty much in terms of whether your team has the most skilled players or not. So a lot of people were saying that Splatfests are broken because everybody would pick Marina. Marina would win every single one, and now Pearl, she has done a clean sweep. A lot of people saying it's unfair because it was coming up against fellow Team Ketchup members. I'm not sure what they could do to actually sort that out. I'm seeing people saying, "Oh, I'd rather wait 10 minutes and get put up against Team Mayo players." That wouldn't make a single bit of difference, just because you still even if you came up against Team Ketchup players, you would have faced Team Mayo probably within that 10 minutes. They put you in that Team Ketchup versus Team Ketchup match so that you don't just wait all of the time, and so that you are playing the game. So that is why they do put you up against fellow members. That is why the matchmaking does take quite a while. So the Splatfests aren't rigged in my opinion. Maybe there is a better system that they could do to alleviate some of the problems there. I don't know, maybe they could mix the teams, like maybe whoever's top of the team or whoever gets most P. Maybe they could do that actually, like most P, like whoever gets the most amount of P will actually win the Splatfest instead of most victories. But then again, in that situation, the most popular team would always win, just because they would be coming up against their own team, so they would be getting two set of points for just one match. So it's a bit of a tricky situation, but maybe Splatfest will just be as predictable as what they were in Splatoon 1, but like I said, there was an outlier in there, and that was the Ice Cream versus Cake Splatfest, where Ice Cream was the most popular team, but it also had the most victories as well. It's just a luck of the draw in terms of whether Team Mayo or the less popular team will come up against a less skilled team on the most popular team. So that is it for this video. Like what I've said, I don't think the Splatfests are rigged. It's just the fact that because you got more people on one team, the less popular team will have more of a chance of coming up against people that aren't that skilled at the game. So you got people super jumping. So I never super jump unless I have stealth jump equipped. I just never do that. But with these less skilled players, they just super jump left, right and centre. So pretty much the opposition team gets a free splat, and that means that they can just ink a lot of the area that the person, if they survived, it would have prevented them from inking that area. So yeah, you get quite a lot of those situations happening. You get quite a lot of less skilled players coming up against most skilled players on the unpopular team. So yeah, that is why Team Mayo won. It was really close in Europe. Team Mayo won 51% to 49% in both the solo and the team victories. So I don't think Splatfests are broken. I'm not sure what they could do to sort it out. Maybe come up with Splatfest topics where the split will be even. You know, so, but then again, maybe people would always pick Marina's topic. Maybe what you can do is, you know, give Pearl the popular topic and give Marina the unpopular topic to try and, you know, even it out. So yeah, that's just one thing. You know, maybe you could do Mario versus Luigi, Inklings versus Octolings. That would be an even split. So I think it's important for Nintendo to come up with topics where the split will be even. If there is going to be a more popular topic, then give that popular topic to Pearl, and then maybe the Splatfest will be more even. So that is it for this video. Leave me your suggestions for what Nintendo could do to this Splatfest moving forward. Do you think this Splatfest was rigged? Let me know in the comments. But that is it for this video, and I will see you next time.